Okie dokie. Kawasaki TJ27E. Over here, it's a newer iteration of these two, so to speak, same engine. Let's take a look. This one only says Kawasaki, and this is TJ27E for sure, as you can see. And we're running into a few trouble with this engine. This one had a crack on these ribs, and the engine would not work right just because of that. Now the engine is healthy, but this part of the case, which is actually the bottom end of the engine, with these cracks in those ribs, can shake a lot. So we ordered a new short block, a full short block, but the engine could not pull fuel right. I mean, you can see that I pump and the fuel system is just fine. Now to just remove any suspicion, we took this whole carburetor and manifold, put it on this engine, and it worked just right. So the issue is not the carburetor, it's not the manifold, it's not the exhaust. We pulled it out. The engine is brand new, no damage, and there is spark, plenty of spark. I felt it. So I called a dealer which knows around these Kawasaki's, and I told him the story. What he had to say is that there might be, well, because of these two iterations of the same engine, is that the coil here has a different timing than this, the newer one. So after getting rid of all other suspicions in fuel and exhaust and whatever, it is probably the ignition. So we need to get a hand on one of these newer coils, because this is a short block of the newer engine. So there you go. Even if you have a problem that seems to be having a hard time pulling fuel, but the fuel flow is just fine, as you can see. So the filter is fine, the carburetor is fine, it's being cleaned, but there's still, and the manifold is clean as well, but there is no pull. So, and the gap also has been made with, you know, the business card, etc. It's pulling right, it's spinning just right, everything is okay. There's compression, new short block. So there you go. If you remove all the other suspicions and you're left with just an engine that's working, very lean, hard to start, and just if it works for a few seconds. If you spray I mean, because it's really not healthy to do it repeatedly with fuel injection cleaner, carburetor cleaner. So I use this refillable and repressurized bottle to put two-stroke mix over here, so I can do it several times in a row and it would not damage the engine. It's 3%, by the way. I know we worked with 2.5, and it seems that 45 degrees in the shade Celsius, which is maybe 115 Fahrenheit, so we raised it a little bit, and we check the plugs once in a while to see that there's no gunk with this premium 3%. I know it sounds a lot, but it's not 4, it's not that worse. So there you go, just the difference between the coils, a newer coil and older coil, new coil, and the ignition timing is just different, makes the engine not work and barely starting. So take care, stay safe.